Welcome to the Daily Word for Daily Living. This publication is presented by Great Oaks Apostolic Church located in Murrieta, California. Today our topic is going to be credit where credit is due. Our lesson will come from the book of Daniel chapter 2 verse 26 to 28, and I will read from the King James Version. Please listen to the reading of God's Word. Then the king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar, Art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen and the interpretation thereof? But Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, The secret which the king hath demanded, cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the musicians, the soothsayers show unto the king? But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. May the Lord add a blessing to the reading and the hearing of his word. Now, as we continue our study in the book of Daniel, many times we'll look at the events in Daniel's life and we'll say to ourselves, wow, why can't I do that? I want to be able to be used by God that way. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you want to do the things that Daniel did, then you must be willing to do the things that Daniel did. Now, let me explain that. You see, like you, Daniel found himself between a rock and a hard place. This is what his world had presented to him. Here's the rock. The king had had a dream, and he didn't know the interpretation of the dream, so he called on all the wise men in his kingdom to tell him. No one was able to tell the king the dream. Well, that was the rock. Now, here comes the hard place. The king had forgotten the dream. And so the king said, not only must you give me the interpretation of the dream, but you must even tell me what the dream was. Trust me, that's the rock and the hard place. And many times in your world, you'll find yourself in the same situation. Well, this is what Daniel did. Daniel did exactly what you would do. Daniel went to God in prayer just like you do. God did for Daniel exactly what he do for you. He steps in and he delivers. Well, this is where the road parts. You see, many times when you stand to give your testimony, you'll say what things you did once God had brought you out. I filled out that resume. I went in there and I looked that employer in the face and I told them what I could do. And then we'll throw God a bone. Oh, but to God be the glory. Well, Daniel didn't do that. Daniel said, there is a God in heaven that delivers and interprets dreams. Daniel gave all the credit to God. In your life, do not forget to give God his credit. Do not try to take the credit for the work that God has done. Now, go and get the victory.